Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels.
Lori here.
Well, this video is going to be like a relocation guide. It's going to be some of the tips that we have experienced living in Mexico for 16 years now. Now, Lori, first of all, what was some of your concerns before we moved here?
Well, the most concern for me is the language because everywhere I go, I need to understand the language. Second one is about the medical. How are we going to get the medical? How are we going to get the doctor? And third one is about the food. I like to live, with the food I can find, like kind of Asian food or what kind of food you like to eat here. And the most important, if you have emergency, you be close to the airport.
Good. So this will be sort of what we'll be talking about in the video. We're going to give you some personal experiences that we've had also.
I'm gonna say goodbye for this video. I have something to do on the back there, so I will see you the next video.
Okay, thank you. What are you going to do?
I make some dress, some blouse, and I want to take to on my trip with something soft and light, and then I'm gonna go do it.
Okay, so you're sewing.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, one of the things, don't make the mistake. You've been in Mexico, you've been on vacation here, and stuff like that. Don't make the mistake that you think when you move down here, it's going to be the same. You're going to have that same experience. No, because now you're living in the country. You're learning about maybe importing a car or driving a car. All those little things. As you get settled in an area, you'll get familiarized with it. One of the things, because there's so much to understand living in another country. So you're asking, you really want to move to Mexico. You're tired of where you're living. You want to start a new lifestyle and that. And so this video, I'm going to guide you and give you a general overall understanding of Mexico, nothing specific. And so one of the advantages of living here is the culture, the food. They have great food here. The cost is very low. There's the cost of housing, of medical care. This is very important. So first of all, so let's look at some of the areas that you can investigate and do further research on. So choose a location. That's probably the first thing you need to do. And choose a location. Where would you like to live? Would you like to live on the beach, or would you like to live in the highlands where it's a little bit cooler? So investigate where you would like to live. Medical care. Very affordable and good medical care down here. So medical care through Mexico seems to be very good. The closer you are to a metropolitan area as an expat, that is important. So you may want to choose your location based on your health needs. We have excellent doctors here. So, and that's pretty typical through where the expats will want to live. Now, another issue that people are concerned about is the crime and what they can expect. Well, remember, Mexico is a big, big country, and you cannot make a generalization about the country. Now, they have pocket areas that are a little more, let's say, where the cartel are hanging out, or they live, or their headquarters are there. Okay, close to the border, you have that is more of a situation. Down here in the lower part of Mexico, usually you don't have that problem. Okay, so you can check with the U.S. Government, and they can give you a travel warning in that specific area. So they're not making a general statement. They're going to give you an idea. Does that particular area have problems? And should you be cautious of traveling in that areas? Now, your housing, that's an important thing. So go online. You've determined where you want to be in Mexico. Go online and just Google it, real estate in Guanajuato, Mexico, real estate in Cancun, wherever it is. Go on there, look at the websites and what they have. their inventory of properties, the cost that they're asking for, and get a general feeling of what you can expect home prices will be. Also, go on a site, we'll have a rental company and check their inventory. Get an idea of what rental properties cost. It does vary where you choose. Another recommendation is when you found your place and you've looked online for housing and stuff, really, if you can, go to the area and look at it. So possibly you're going to be able to have, let's say, 2 weeks where you can go to the area and you can do some research, say about 14 days. This way you can talk to people, you'll know what the real estate looks like. So this is an important thing that you take care of that. You may even want to wait until you've sort of finalized that you do like the area. So by going down there, you may like it, you may not like it. You may want to wait to even do your immigration work of getting your visas. This way, if Mexico isn't right for you, then you don't have to go through that process of applying for a temporal or a permanent visa. Another topic and something you want to check out is health insurance. Health insurance is good here and it's reasonably priced. Okay, it's a big subject. There's a lot of different aspects of it. There's private health insurance, there's government health insurance, there's a few little choices you have in there. So when you go into the area, navigating through the Mexican insurance here, it's not an easy process. There's a lot of variables. Make an appointment with an insurance agent there and sit down with them and have them go over with you a policy and what it costs you to have Mexican insurance. Depends on your age. The younger you are, the cheaper it will be. Are probably going to want to investigate, first of all, is do you qualify for a Mexican resident visa? Typically, you need to do your application outside of Mexico. Inside of Mexico, you cannot do that application. You have to do it outside of Mexico. And so you start that application there. Now, the thing that you'll do, you'll go to a Mexican consulate in your area. Could be in the United States, Canada. It could be any country in the world where they have a Mexican consulate or a Mexican embassy. And there you will get a form, you'll fill it out, and you will then apply. In your area, check it out, contact them, get their information, then you'll know what to take in to apply. There's basically 3 types of entry visas. We'll call them visas. There's the one that you fly in. It's good for 180 days, 6 months, no qualifications. The next one is a temporary visa. It's good up to 4 years. And there you have to qualify. And the next one is a permanent visa. And that also you have to qualify. Because it costs a lot less to live here, this gives you some extra money, hopefully. Let me give you a realistic number. What is that number on how much does it cost down here? What we have found, living here full-time, your housing and your restaurants and eating food and doing a little bit of traveling, let's say, and we have car expense. So we figure that it's costing us about $3,500 a month, some months maybe up to $4,000 for 2 people. You can do it cheaper, but that's what our costs are. Typically, let's say a single person down here, coming down here, you can look at maybe $1,800 a month to $2,500 a month. Okay, it all depends your lifestyle. But realistically, if you want to come down as a couple and live here on $1,500 a month, that's not going to really happen because you won't have any money for an emergency. And that's very important to have a reserve fund for an emergency. You can live on your Social Security, 2 Social Securities combined, you definitely can live on it. Some of the other challenges are the language. Like Lori said, that is a big challenge. I'm a little embarrassed to say, but my vocabulary is probably 35 words in Spanish, okay? I'm not proud of that, but that's just the way it is. But I've been traveling here for over 50 years, and I somehow get by with those very minimal amount of vocabulary. So language, though, is a barrier. And sometimes, when you go, you can't communicate with the people. I mentioned that in another video that in our area here, which is, there's probably, let's say, 50, 60,000 people here. And in the Mexican community, I'm going to say 5% speak English. The rest of them don't. Okay. Even so, you'll hear, and I've even said it, it's a soft landing coming into here. And most of the expat areas, there will be more English speaking because they're used to, being around and servicing the expats. So they need to know some English. Now, Lori has learned the language, and so she can move around much freer than I can. So the language definitely is a barrier. In making this video here, we are planning a trip to Southeast Asia, and I'm, checking out the websites and everything, YouTube on those countries. And I'll tell you, I have a lot of questions. I'm talking about, as an example, I have concerns about bringing my medication into the countries. Will I be able to bring it in? I'm questioning, like, now they have a visa program where you have to get online and you have to sign up before you go in the country. You have to show them, let's say, your medical insurance. Do you have to show medical insurance in different countries? Because we're going to be traveling to maybe about 5 countries. So there's all these questions. I'm really not getting the answer. And I wish that somebody was there I could contact, that I could call, or I could, have a private phone consultation with them and get the, real truth of what's happening down there. What do I need to get through immigration? And are there services that I can use there where somebody could meet us at the airport and walk us through immigration and these things? So my service here, through a phone consultation, if you would like, I can go over matters like what we talked about in this video. So that way, it really cuts through a lot of the red tape. We can talk about the medical, we can talk about the visas, we can talk about, different subjects that maybe are not being answered when you look at YouTube channels. So if you would like, at the end of the video, you're going to see a pop-up that says, book now. And if you touch on it, you can book for a phone consultation. Check it out. I actually do charge for that. And I actually have 3 areas that I charge by the amount of time that I have. I think my entry is about $25 for I think it's a 30-minute phone consultation. But so if that can help you out, definitely, I know I can save you a lot of money and frustration. I wished I could call somebody on our travels to Southeast Asia. Some of the things you'll need to research, and you're going to need to research this on your own, because it depends where you're choosing to live in Mexico. So let's say, like, your household goods. Let's say you want to bring in furniture and household goods. Well, there are services, moving companies, that'll actually go to your home where you're living, say in Canada or the United States, and they'll pick up your goods and they'll bring it here. Okay, so in your area, do a Google search on their services, contact them and ask them, what they provide. Moving is definitely a very stressful situation. So you want to do things that minimize the stress. Now, what if you have little furry friends, family members that have fur? You have a dog or you have a cat, something like that, and you want to, bring them down. Okay, again, some more homework for you to do. You'll want to check and see what the criteria that you're going to need, what type of paperwork you're going to need. Also, you want to make sure that you understand the shots that you're going to need for your lovely pet, and take care of that. So this way, when you come in and you go through immigration, it's all taken care of. Now, don't wait till the last minute to do this, because this could take a little time to collect everything. So be prepared on bringing your little pet down. Now, conveniences down here. So we do have, Amazon Mexico. Get a lot of things down here through Amazon. They do deliver it. And So that's very convenient. Also, in the areas that are most expats are going to live, you're going to have big box stores. You're going to have things like Costco, Walmart. You're going to have like Office Max. You'll have restaurants like Chili's or the Cheese Factory, these type of things. So by being close to an area, you can get those services. So definitely have made it much easier throughout Mexico for expats. New videos are on Friday at 5 p.m. California time.